Hello and welcome to Black Eyed. My name is Danny, and today we're gonna have a look at conveyor sorters and in the end a trash blowout. I really do love the way you do conveyors in this game because when you have a production facility, they will actually make it look like a factory. And when you are having a simple build-up in this game where you only have a few containers, you don't really need the sorters, but pretty quick your places tend to get big and you start having a lot of containers and you need to have a system to sort out stuff. I personally like to divide my conveyor systems and containers into colors so I know what goes where. So I have done that here in a setup and I will go through it to give you a quick look into how you could get a conveyor sorter system to work. First I have a white line. The white line is my open line. Nothing there is getting actually sorted. It should be open so you can pull out stuff on it. But then I, for instance, here have a blue line for where I would like all ores to go in, so I can have a refinery production. And that all starts with coming off from a drill, and it will be put into the white line, and from there it could actually overflow anywhere. But if I put a sorter on the blue line here as an entry, going in here, I can make this first of all drain what I need to go in here, meaning it will pull the stuff in. I can also set it on off and then it will just allow stuff to go in there. But I put it on drain all because I would like it to pull every ore in. I can either do like a whitelist or a blacklist. The easiest way would do a whitelist and just put ores as we have down here on it. But I encountered a little problem, and that is that when you do that, it will also drag in ice, it will drag in datapad, it will drag in oxygen bottles, hydrogen bottles, which you don't want in there. And they tend to go into a limbo. So I found it easier to make a blacklist on the ore container, just putting in what I don't want to go in there. And I simply just do a blacklist, scroll down here on the new filter, find the filter, press it, and go press add, and then it will go to the active filter list. So here I have made a blacklist of things I don't want to go in. That is like ammo, components, hand tool, ingots, and the other things I just explained about here. And when that is set up, this blue line that starts here will only pull the ores in that I need for my refineries. And then when they have to exit the containers, I just have blue piping. I don't need a sorter to go out here because my refineries that is here, they will automatically pull what they need when they are refining the ores. But on the exit side, I have to make sure that before I send them out on the white line, that the ores are not getting pulled out again and go into a limbo. So again, I have another sorter. This sorter, I don't put a drain all on this one, basically because I don't need it and I don't want it to just blow stuff out on the white line unless it have a place to go. So I just have it off as an filter for what can go in and out. And I made a blacklist and made sure that everything but ores can go out. And then the blue zone will have access again to the white line, except for ores. And then they are ready for going to the assembler part of the facility. On the assembler part, I again have a container. This time it's red. My assembly system is red. So I have a count on what is what here. And on that one, I make a pull from the white line that it will pull all ingots with a whitelist. And again, I put drain all on, so it will just drain every ingots that I put into the system, either from ships or other places where it comes. It will automatically pull all ingots in. And then you have an exit from the container that goes directly to the assemblers. I don't need to have a sorter for that, because the assemblers, again, they will pull what they need. And the good thing about not having a sorter on that side is that I can actually, if they overflow the assemblers, because you start a production and then you cancel the production, sometimes they kind of fill up. It's nice that you can go in and just remove it back to the container. But on the exit side of the assemblers, I have made another sorter again, because I don't want stuff to go into limbos. And on the exit sorter, I have made another blacklist that says ingots, so ingots cannot go out of this container. This one, compared to the other one, I have put drain all in, because I'm not gonna put it directly out on the white line. I'm gonna put it out on the white container that is, of course, is on the white line. But I would like it all to go in and be in the same container. Of course, when the container is filled, it will start overflowing out on the white line, going to connectors or whatever containers you have. And the simple solution to that is to build another container for it. The only problem I encounter with the assemblers making the red zone closed like that is I cannot pull in steel plates or batteries or other stuff that I might need to get disassembled. And I tried to make a system with sorters to figure out if I could somehow make it do that, so I could also pull it in again. But it gets quite complicated, and I in the end just found it easier to build a separate assembler directly on the white line and call it a disassembler and only disassemble stuff there. Because it won't have access to any ingots, but it will have access to the white line, where it can pull out steel plates that you need to take apart, and all it disassembled will automatically get pulled back into the red container over here. So it would be fine to do it like that. I have also made a trash line. The trash line in my system here is black, so I know this is for trash. If you have a simple system, you don't need a separate trash line if you only have like one containers, but then typically you won't have any sorters for dividing up stuff like that, and you will only have one sorters for pulling out trash. But when you do it like this, you will need more trash sorters. So I have made a trash sorter on each zone. And if you go into it here, basically the trash sorter is as a standard off, because you don't need it to work all the time. The trash sorter needs to drain stuff to put it out on the black line, and the black line will end one place, and that will be in a trash connector that can blow it out. On the ore side, I have chosen stone as the whitelist that needs to be pulled out, because typically you will, when you go hunt for gold and stuff like that, you will have a digging machine and you don't want the stone, you just want the gold for instantly. Then you need a trash blowout of stone so you don't overflow your containers. And then on the red zone here over where you have the assemblers, there's another classic. Again, it's off. Standard drain all. I have put gravel in, because if you're refining stones, you tend to get a lot more gravel that you actually need in your production facilities. And it's nice that you can pull that out sometimes. I have also made one on the white line or on the white container. And that is more open because you will rarely need it. Then I have on the connector here, I have to go in and show you on the station because it doesn't have a directly place to go in. If I write trash up here, the trash connector, you have to set that to throw out. have to be on. So every time stuff are getting pulled into this connector, it will automatically dump it off out in the end. I have also grouped some of the things here. For instance, I've made a gravel ingots trash blowout group where I have grouped ingots trash sorter and trash connector. The same I have done with stone or trash blowout, made a block group on stone trash sorter and trash connector, and of course with the main also just having the main trash sorter on. This will make it easy for me when I'm putting up a panel, pressing G, to make some buttons that will make it easy to blow out. And I have made here 3 buttons, or 3 groups that I can pull down to buttons. I have already put them in here, but simply you just take the button you need to make and drag it down to where you want it to, and you choose what it has to do. And you just need to toggle block on off. So when I go out here and press 7 for the gravel blowout, if I have gravel, it will turn on both the connector and the sorter for the gravel and dump it out in the other end here. And we can go see here, let's see, it will just fall out there and land on the ground, and when there's too many things laying around, it will just kind of disappear. This was a quick view on how to build a conveyor system with sorters and get it to work. I hope you got something out of the video. Yeah, if you, that's another thing. If you, for instance, have the need to sometimes take out ore by the blue or by the red ingots, you can also put a sorter back into the white line that is turned off. So you can open it by a button, so you can pull ore out or ingots out onto a ship if you need to take it out. Just know when you open that sorter, turns it on, it will start a limbo with the other sorter that is pulling stuff into the container. I think that was all for me here with this. I hope you learned something, as I said. I hope you will build some exciting big facilities with a lot of pipelines, making a real factory-like feeling on it when you do it. If you like this video and think you learned something about it, please join my channel. This way I can make more videos for you guys and whoever are interested. So that's me. That's it from me now. Stay creative and have some good fun.